All right, what is up, Chris? So good visiting with you today. This is your workout plan, and we can revise this. You can send me feedback, questions, enhancements, whatever you feel like resonates with you most. I feel like this is super solid, very simple, like we talked about before, like with many things. A lot of people are looking for complexity, and we don't need complexity. Actually, we want simplicity and efficiency. We just want what works, and this is, I think it's super solid. All right, so I've got two different workout plans for you. I want you to start with this first one because it's less volume. It will allow you to get comfortable with any soreness, and then also figure out your schedule because there's not so much working out in it. Okay, so as I'm doing this, you should be able to see my mouse pointer kind of flow around here, and if for whatever reason you can't, just I think I'll be able to when I do the edit in the video, but just try to pay attention to my mouse pointer, okay? So I reiterate the movements that we want to focus on for our strength-based skill that we work on every day, okay? We do not include in here the carries or the planks because those are not things that we focus on as a separate strength skill. We usually incorporate those into the workouts. So I want you to start with this 3-day split because it has less volume. 3-day split means we're taking all these movements up here, these 5, and breaking them into 3 days worth of working out. I'm not sure what 3 days each week you're working out, but you did say you're working out 3 days a week. So here we're just doing each movement one time per week, and we break it up into 3 days. All right, so, and I think that's perfect starting out because it's not a lot of volume, doesn't take a lot of time, and again, you can adjust, get through any soreness, figure out your schedule. So like we talked about before too, you're gonna work on a rep scheme every week. And like I said, I like to start with reps of 5, the next time I do reps of 6, the next time I do reps of 7, and so on. Okay, so you're just basically, for example, on this day 1, you're doing deadlifts starting with an empty bar, sets of 5, and working your way up, slowly increasing the weight, sets of 5 until you get to some challenging sets of 5, right? And then we're gonna go into the push. Now push can be push-ups. If they're really challenging for you, you could do sets of 5 really strict push-ups. If push-ups are no problem for you, then you probably want something a little bit more challenging. So you could do bench press and just work up from a barbell, slowly increasing weight, doing sets of 5. And then again, you're changing the rep scheme at some point in the future like you are with everything else. All right, now, on day 1, after you finish those strength-based movements, you're gonna take a short break, and then we're doing the workout, the conditioning part of this, which means you're doing a series of movements in succession, lighter weight, right? So here we're doing 3 to 5 rounds of a 200-meter farmer's carry. So you're carrying 2 dumbbells, 2 kettlebells, and you're carrying it for 200 meters, or you can walk out a minute and then walk back. Immediately set those down. You go right into 10 empty bar deadlifts. I would go down to mid-shin, mimicking having some plates on the barbell. And then you go into immediately 10 elevated push-ups. What I mean by elevated is assisted, right? So you could do them from the knees, or you could have an elevated box or a bench. So they're easier to do because we want to get through these 10 in a relatively fast, at a relatively faster pace. And then we're doing a 45-second plank hold, and then we're taking a quick break as long as we need to feel recovered enough to do another round or 2 or 3, okay? Depending on how much time you have, you may get 1 round in, you may get 3 rounds in, you may get up to 5 rounds, okay? Day 2, we've got our overhead press, which could be from a front rack barbell, or it could be 2 dumbbells, or it could be 1-arm dumbbell overhead press. But anyway, again, working on our rep scheme, whatever that rep scheme is, building up to a challenging weight. And then we're taking a short break, and then we got 3 to 5 rounds of a 300 meters farmer's carry, or you walk out a minute and a half and then walk back. We come right in, set those down, 30-second jump rope, 10 light overhead presses, which could be just a barbell, or maybe some 15, 20, 25-pound dumbbells. And then 6 burpees, and then rest, catch a breath, and then come back and do that as many times as you have time left, okay? Day 3, we're doing squats. For you, these are gonna be weighted back squats. You could also do front squats if you want to, but weighted back squats is probably what you're doing, following the rep scheme that we're working on. And then we're gonna go into pulls. Now for pulls, you said you could only do like 1 pull-up, I think. So I think the best pull modification is gonna be this video that I'm gonna send you on how to get a pull-up, okay? So I think the box-assisted pull-ups are freaking amazing, all right? But for pulling strength, you could also do like bent over rows or something like that, but I think the pulls are great. All right, so, and then after that, a short break, and then 3 to 5 rounds, 200-meter farmer carry, or a minute out and then walk back. Set those down immediately, go into 15 air squats, 10 bent over rows. That could be bent over barbell, could be bent over dumbbells, 10 step ups. Basically, you're stepping up on a box or a bench if you've got that. I hope you do. If you don't, we could probably figure something out. But that would be 5 each leg, alternating. And then we go into a 45-second plank hold, and then we rest and catch our breath and do that for as many more rounds as we have time for. Okay, so I love this for the first couple of weeks or so because it is less volume and again gives you a chance to get over your soreness and also figure out your schedule. After that, we'll go into more volume and hitting each body part a little bit more. So we got the same movements reiterated up top here, and this is a 2-day split, meaning we're taking all these movements and breaking it down into 2 days. So, and that gives you, with 3 working out days every week, you're hitting each body part 1.5 times per week. And you're just going to rotate through, this is day 1, this is day 2, this is basically day 1 again, but since you're doing 3 days in the week, we're cycling back, okay? You understand? And the next week, you're going to pick back up on the squats and pulls. All right, so I don't think I need to go over this again. So the workouts, very, very similar. In fact, I don't think I have to explain anything here. Here, workouts, very similar, same movements that you're familiar with. Here, thrusters would be a squat into an overhead press. Okay, it could be a squat with a barbell in a front rack position into an overhead press, or it could be a squat with 2 dumbbells in the front rack position into an overhead press. I'll put a video in the email with that. And that's it. So this is just a little bit more volume, working on the skills. Again, we've got our different variations within these, depending on what your rep scheme is for that week. Adjust the modification of how you do these movements, and if you need any help whatsoever, just reach out and let me know. It'd be really fun to train with you, actually. Now, on this next page, I just have some ideas for when you take your breaks throughout the day at work, stepping outside, getting some fresh air, getting some sun, which helps with your sleep. And by the way, if you do that a little bit without your sunglasses, it's going to help you sleep even more. I would say maybe during those breaks, just do a little something, have an intention. Some of my clients like to focus on a movement for every day of the week. So when it's Monday, every break they take, they do 5 squats or 10 squats. When it's Tuesday, every break they take, they'll do 10 deadlifts with no weight, or like 2.5 or 5 pound dumbbells or something. All right, so a lot of my clients like that. A lot of my clients like to just get the variety during the day. So the first break, they'll do a carry around the building. The next break, they'll do a plank hold. The next break, they'll do some pulls or some bent over rows without any weight. Because you can still get a little squeeze, And the next break, they'll do some pushes. Next break, so there's a couple ways that you can break things up during the day just to get some extra movement in, which is going to be beneficial. This is not like the working out movement. So we're not trying to build strength here. We're just trying to move a lot and keep the body changing positions. All right. And then last page, I got some pro tip suggestions for making it a great day. So questions, comments, feedback, send it my way, and we'll get this thing going.